We know this is the time of season where Neymar likes to have his injury-induced holiday. Man bun? Would you go the man bun?
No, I would no. Oh, that's the last one. That is the bottom. So with that and more coming up, as myself and Paddy are here to answer your questions, let's get straight into it.
Sure, I'm up first. Yeah, do you think, this is a story that everyone is talking about this week, of course. Do you think Messi will leave at the end of this season after falling out with Abidal? This is from Salt's X.
No. Short answer, I can't see Messi leaving.
No.
I think Messi leaves Barcelona once he sees fit that he's done on the pitch, regardless of any crap that goes on off it, because we all know that when it comes to backing the player or Abidal,
yeah, there's only going to be one result.
There's going to be one loser. Eric, you're barking up the wrong tree. Like, you're going to be on the losing side of this battle regardless.
Also just imagine, and we've seen plenty on social media about this and news outlets the last couple of days, but those images where you see Messi in the kit of another team, and we've done it ourselves on our channel, it just feels weird.
Yeah, it doesn't look right.
It's like the Twilight Zone. It's like an alternate dimension,
I just can't see it happening.
No.
As I say, when it's his time to go, he'll leave.
Yep, exactly.
He won't be pushed out by Abidal.
Yep.
Next up, Siddharth Mahanta has said, who's going to be the perfect replacement for Kepa?
Chelsea, obviously.
Yes.
This is an interesting one. They've obviously spent a lot of money to bring Kepa in when they did a couple of seasons back, and we see that the luster has worn off on his hold on number one this season, of course. I don't know where this one's going to go, but what I think my gut feeling says that they're going to go for an option that can at least challenge him in a better way, because I don't think too many clubs are going to come in for Kepa and pay anything near.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Anything near what they paid for him. So, I imagine say like a Nick Pope coming in.
He's rumoured to be the one that they want.
Who could potentially challenge him, but also potentially be a very good number two. And at the moment, they don't really have that for the number one position.
I think that's... There's two parts to it. Firstly, Caballero came in as Kepa was dropped. Yep. That's Lampard exercising that he's still in charge, right? Regardless of however much you came in for.
But he's no long-term option, of course.
No, he's no long-term option. But the thing is that you're right in saying that they've got to bring someone in because they can't afford a loss on Kepa.
No.
They can't afford to... How much? 71 million?
Yeah, 80 million euros. So, 71 million euros.
There's pounds. There's no way they're going to be like, yes, 20 million, whatever, we'll take it.
They'd be lucky to get 40 for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the moment. Yeah,
and they'll keep him.
Yeah.
There was also Onana from Ajax linked.
Yes, and he comes in as a number one.
That's
away.
The thing.
Yeah.
Pope comes in as a challenger. Onana comes in as a number one.
So I like a move like that. And a bit of a local, obviously local signing I don't think would be too bad for Chelsea, either particularly with the homegrown players.
It fits with the Lampard ethos thing.
Exactly. So from Derek 2140, can Liverpool win the treble? Why do they make it look so easy? Two-parter from Derek.
Well, I would answer this, but we've done a video on it.
Just answer it anyway.
If you don't want to watch this long-form video that's going to be flying up above Paddy's head, can they win the treble? Their kids are practically seeing them through the FA Cup, so that's one less competition to worry about.
Right there?
Yeah. I'm just so excited. I'm not actually, it's devastating. No, but for Liverpool, why do they make it so easy? It's more like how. I guess Klopp has just got them in such a good state, the whole team, the whole squad, that when there are one or two players that potentially come in and come out, as long as the core is there, they're just so strong from game to game. And they are such a team with momentum.
I tell you what, I can't wait. I can't wait for the Champions League to come back and we see this Liverpool take all this momentum that they've got from their domestic competitions into Europe again. And seeing them play against some of these big clubs that they've got ahead of them if they're to stay in the Champions League is a pretty mouth-watering
Can you imagine if they get knocked out by Atletico? Just something really random.
Funnier things have happened, but I am definitely very much looking forward to that tie.
There is also, this is a bit of an off-cuff question, but very quickly, they've got Chelsea in the next round of the FA Cup away at Stamford Bridge. Does Klopp stick with the youngsters that have gotten there, or does he bring back in the big guns for the Chelsea game?
I think we might see a couple of the senior players come in.
A mix.
Your Divock Origis, the Shaqiri's getting a start, that sort of stuff, because I think at a certain point, you've got to bring those guys back in.
But he forgets about the youngsters that got him there.
No, some of them, keep that squad, just top it up with a few of the senior players, I think, yeah.
I think it'll be really interesting to see what happens.
Agreed.
It's me. Next up, Dougie, 1872. Almost messed that up. What's your opinion on Liverpool selling Salah to fund the deal for Sancho? Do you believe the rumours?
Absolutely not. I think
just rumours at this stage.
I think there are literally... Actually, you know what? I think there are only two players that are unsellable at Liverpool. Salah is one and Van Dijk is the other.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think for Salah to go, as good as the rest of that squad is, by the way, as good as Alisson is, as good as Mane is, as good as Firmino is and Henderson, I think those are the only two. And Salah, for me, is unsellable at the moment. I think he's such an icon of the club. He's still, despite all the goals that Firmino and Mane have contributed to or scored, he is still the golden child of Anfield. And I don't see how you would even consider selling him to fund a move for Sancho. I think they need to find that money elsewhere, and they will.
Yeah. And Sancho's great. It's not that he'd be bad at Liverpool.
Salah is a god there. You don't sell your gods.
Yeah, exactly.
So next one from Otto, nice and simple for me. I have trouble with some of these names. If you were Manchester City and Barcelona contacted you about the swap deal between Messi and player X, what would you say? Now we have 5 options here, so that you could swap Messi from Manchester City.
So one of these players.
So you just need to say yes or no.
Okay.
So option A, so swapping Messi for Kevin De Bruyne.
Yes, because without De Bruyne's creativity, Messi picks up the slacks. That's fine.
Okay. Sterling swap with Messi.
That's not as direct as a De Bruyne Messi thing, but I'd still swap them.
Okay. Leroy Sané.
Yeah.
Bernardo Silva.
Yeah.
It gets a bit easy as we go down the list.
Yeah.
And poor old Phil Foden.
Yeah, of course. I mean that's a bit harsher for Foden because it's so many years.
Of course it is. Imagine that phone call, how that would go. Hey, listen, just got a great idea. You can have Messi, but we're going to need Foden in return. I just need a few seconds to talk about this with
This
Pep.
is like you put the phone on mute, do a little dance.
Yeah, exactly. After careful consideration, yes, we will take your swap deal. Can we get that in writing immediately, please? You're up. Yeah.
No, honestly, I was just thinking halfway through that. There's probably not a player you could have brought out that I would have said no.
Who's next on the list? I mean, again, no disrespect to Phil Foden, but it gets pretty clear after a certain point. Yeah.
Right, next up, AHC has said, can PSG win the Champions League with basically everyone on good form?
If everyone is on good form,
and
yes,
fit.
they can, yes, and fit. That's going to be the problem. We know this is the time of season where Neymar likes to have his injury-induced holiday.
Classic.
And, he's got his birthday and his sister's coming up, of course. So this has been the problem for PSG, particularly on the Neymar side of things in recent seasons. They haven't had him available for the pointy end of the season or the bigger games that they've had to contest. Now, if he is back in that side and he is firing, they can technically beat anyone on their day.
I agree, but do you think they're still a bit too top heavy?
Yeah, they're not the perfect side.
Yeah.
They're definitely not the perfect side. But also when you look through that squad and you look through the spine of the team, if that team is in good form, which as the question sort of asked was, I mean, if you've got Verratti, bossing that midfield, or at least doing exactly what he does, which is, of course, a nuisance to everyone. If you've got Mbappe and Neymar and Icardi now, of course, coming into the Champions League and pointing. So all these sort of things, the defence is still sturdy enough. Yeah. I think that can all add up to something pretty useful. To be honest.
think they get a lot of flack, PSG, considering they haven't been playing without Neymar in the Champions League. I'd like to see them do a little bit better.
Farmers League, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd like to see them do something a little bit better.
Well, let's see if Neymar actually comes back in time to actually contribute to that. Okay, from Johnny Nick, which top 5 league will have a shock winner, if any, this season?
It's a bit difficult to have a shock winner in the league now because the names we're seeing up there aren't exactly a surprise. I mean, Leipzig being in for the title isn't a surprise. It would be a surprise if they won it when you look at where they've come from and all this kind of stuff. But they're in the mix, deservedly so. They've got a great team, great players who are winning well. The same thing with Inter Milan. They're Inter Milan, for God's sake.
On that, imagine if we were to rewind 4 or 5 months ago at the start of the season. Imagine.
I see what you mean. Okay. If you're talking from the start of the season, then
It'd have to be Milan, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would have to be Inter winning it, or Leipzig.
Yeah, but even I think a lot of experts here in Germany at least were predicting that Leipzig would be up there, and that's proven to be the case. I think Inter would be definitely the ones that you would say. I mean, at the start of the season, yes, they spent a bit of money, but these were players like Lukaku who wasn't exactly coming off his best season
Alexis
or two of form. I mean, not that he's done too much, but Lukaku's been a pivotal man in this Inter team.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah, so we're saying
that'd be the biggest shock.
I just did it again, didn't I? When I asked the question and answer it for you. Yeah.
You did. It's fine. It's fine, mate.
But
I think especially because those leagues are so heavily dominated. Yeah. From Bayern and
100%, 100%, yeah.
That's what makes it different. Right, next up, Asif Sharia has said, we got a quick fire.
Love it.
Rate the possibility of these events happening this year on a scale of 1 through 10. 1 being highly unlikely, 10 being very likely. Immobile to win the European Golden Shoe.
7. He's got as good a chance as any of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and free scoring with that team. Yeah.
PSG to win the Champions League.
I mean, we just talked about it, but I would say it's still a good 5.5 for me. Yep.
Oh, that's actually generous. I would have gone worse, even though I was saying I wanted them to.
No, a bit's got to come together, but they are, as I said, on their day, and especially if Neymar is fit and firing, any chance.
They're good. Lazio winning Serie A.
4. They're close, but I just think it's going to be 2.
Dortmund winning Bundesliga.
6.5.
Werner moving to Real Madrid.
2.
Yeah, that's happening.
No.
Messi to finish in the top 3 of Ballon d'Or. Oh, the next one is Cristiano Ronaldo as well. So, Messi to finish
in the top 3. 9. Yeah.
And Ronaldo.
8.
Okay. Sheffield United to finish in the top 4. This would be a turn up for the books.
Super tough one. And obviously they've had a fantastic season. Wouldn't be a Q&A, would it? Yeah.
Which one is it? Ryan, this one. Ryan, who's not real apparently.
Yeah. Ryan. Getting competitive up there. I would say 4.5.
That's still not bad, actually.
Oh, it's not bad at all. They've deserved it, yeah.
And Paddy getting himself a trim.
What are we talking about here? Head, beard,
I don't know.
elsewhere? Yeah.
Just a shape up.
A shape up?
Keep
Actually,
it clean.
I'm due. Yeah, so I would say, before the end of the season? Yeah. I would say it's about a 9.5.
For the sake of our viewers before the end of the season.
A 9.5, yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah. Good news.
Okay, from Manav Kukreja, is the Premier League overrated? If you look at it, Serie A and Bundesliga are far more competitive.
I think this is a question that gets thrown around, and you're obviously getting misconstrued because the top teams are the most attractive, and the title race is what it's all about. If you're looking at the title race, yes. If you're not, then the Premier League isn't overrated. It's by far the most competitive league.
Also, I think since Leicester won, we can't really, criticise the Premier League for being, for having a bit more of an open candidate.
Man City are current back-to-back champions. That was the only time it happened in the decade. There was a new winner every single year.
Yeah, there you go.
From 2010. When Chelsea won it, all the way up to Guardiola retained the title.
So it's a bit of a myth, isn't it? And yes, it does tend to come from the same amount of clubs, but as I said, Leicester, of course, came from nowhere. Leicester still, doing really well. Sheffield, we just spoke about there. So
don't get me wrong, there's money involved in it as well, but I just think you look at the teams that are lower down in the other league, and no disrespect to the likes of, I'm going to throw Paderborn in there, who, getting slapped each week. And you look at Norwich, who are bottom of the Premier League. Norwich beat Man City. Norwich beat the reigning champions. They've had really good results against Spurs as well.
It's tricky, isn't it? I mean, if you're talking about the title race, then you can argue both ways.
Yeah.
But
the overall competitiveness, Premier League is better, but the title race, as we just spoke about, Serie A and Bundesliga are very interesting this season.
Yeah, definitely interesting. You're up.
Premier League is not.
Yeah.
Right. TNT. What a name. Will we see a goal-scoring midfielder this decade like Lampard was?
No.
Big boots to fill.
Yeah, I mean, it helps if you can take, the penalties.
That definitely
helps.
Let's not take credit away from him.
No, I'm not taking credit away. I mean, there are a lot of good goal-scoring midfielders out there at the moment, but I don't see any in the ilk of Lampard.
I don't think we'll see a Lampard player again because there isn't Lampard players now.
No, and that's also true.
Lampard was a central midfielder in a 4-4-2 for the majority of his career. If you think of a goal-scoring midfielder now, Dele Alli or
4-3-3 towards the end, of course.
Towards the end, but you think a goal-scoring midfielder these days, you'd probably think of your number 10, who He doesn't have as much defensive work. He's far closer to the box.
Like a Hazard or Eriksen or guys like
Precisely.
that. Royce even, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't. Lampard was the. I'm trying to think of a central midfielder now with Lampard's record.
It's a number 8 with a knack for a goal like.
You imagine someone like Henderson or, you know, Pogba even coming up with 20 goals a season like Lampard.
Don't see it. Yeah.
One of a kind, Frank.
Yep.
You go.
From Bejan, why is it so hard to become a manager? Are you having trouble with this,
Bejan, let us know if you're...
Why do you think we know anything about
that?
If
you're on the road. I've got a bit of coaching experience.
Here we go.
No, this is a general thing of mine. It is very, very difficult to become a manager purely because there were so many people into it. I think
that's why you're sat here and
that's why I'm sat here and not a manager. You know, I got a few coaching licenses, UEFA qualifications, and it was great. There's a lot of sort of work behind the scenes, and unfortunately, and this is the way football goes, unfortunately, it's still very much a boys' club. And you've seen it with regards to minorities who are employed within the game, especially in English football, where opportunities aren't given as much. And it is a real shame because there are loads of managers out there who weren't players, who go on to be fantastic coaches and real students of the game, but still so many jobs are given to old players and stuff like that. Yeah. To become a manager, I mean, it depends sort of on your level of ambition, but it's a long-winded process, and you know, much like sort of.
It's a commitment, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's a commitment.
With any sort of artistic thing, if you can call it art.
When did you abandon the dream?
When I moved to this job. To be fair.
Okay. Yeah. Did you come to Germany to like, you know what? I can't get a job back in the UK.
In England, so I'll get some more experience. Yeah, I'm not quite sure that was part of it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get out of England. But no, I do have my UEFA B license.
Yeah.
And yeah, I have studied football at university and afterwards and coached and stuff, but I don't know, some people are willing to do the mile, some aren't.
So
good luck to you if you are, by the way, Bejan.
If anyone's out there, Matt's obviously just reeled off all his accomplishments, so if there's any interest whatsoever, let us know. Just let us know.
If it doesn't work out for Mourinho, Spurs, hit me up.
Yeah. That's actually a good segue, of course. Make sure that you keep an eye out for the post if you want to get involved with the Q&A on our YouTube channel every Wednesday to ask your question, and we will, of course, address it in the show later in the week.
Perfect. Right.
Lastly.
Upamanya Data. This is a great question. In context of Neymar's and CR7's recent hairdos and Matt's problems with his, I was complaining last week that my hair was like falling off to the side.
It is like, have you stopped trying?
That was brutal. Yeah. I haven't stopped trying, I just haven't been to the hairdressers.
You look like Tintin, yeah.
I'm going tonight to get a haircut and a beard trim.
Okay.
I got some abuse saying, Matt, shave your beard.
I don't mind the beard, surprisingly. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. Anyway, which is your favourite amongst most bizarre football haircuts that you can remember? Also, if you had to choose one for yourself, which one would you remotely consider? Love the channel. We'll be getting a Gibral Cisse myself if you guys read a comment.
There you go. Can we get a photo in on that?
Cisse had like the colourful mohawks.
Yeah. I mean, there was 1,000 different types of Cisse.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I always loved that Taribo West.
Oh, with the little
Yeah, that was great.
Oh, man.
Wouldn't get that myself, to be honest. I would settle for just another full head of hair again. It's been a few years. But if I had to consider one...
A crazy one though, not like Beckham.
If I had to consider one, I would probably say I would almost go the bleach, like the platinum blonde, which I know as a ginger doesn't always look so great.
Not the Neymar pink.
No. Okay. There's enough rosé to me anyway. That's what I would go. What about you?
Ooh, wow, it's kind of put me on the spot here. I think I would go something a bit mad maybe.
What about the little spaghetti?
No, I'm not sure I could pull that off. Yeah. I was always a fan of Carlos Valderrama.
That's why he said recent haircut.
He said recent.
Because then I'd be like, give me the Maldini, and hopefully I look 1/10 as good as him.
But just having a big shaggy bar.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything recent. You've completely stumped me. Man bun?
Would you go the man bun?
No, I would. No. Oh, that's the last one. That is the bottom. A man bun. Oh my word. No, I can't think of anything, so... I really can't.
Next week, maybe.
This happened one time before with another question. I couldn't think of an answer.
It's always interesting when you...
Someone who's got
a lost for words.
Yeah, someone who's got a pretty crazy do.
Yeah.
I'd go for the Eric Dyer shaved head.
What about... I've got one for you.
Right.
What about like the two lines?
I like Karim Benzema.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Maybe.
No?
I'm going Eric Dyer, full shaved head.
That's not really ballsy, is it?
Yeah, I like Eric Dyer.
Let's leave it there. Yeah.
Right, we will leave it there, of course. As Paddy said, every Wednesday night in the ruined it. We will leave it there though. As Paddy said, every Wednesday night in the YouTube community tab is where you can leave your questions for the week's Q&A. But until next time, we'll see you guys later.